Please don't give up on this season of Survivor just yet, y'all. I know that it's been a slow start so far, but we are finally starting to see some action from these other tribes, and it's setting up some pretty interesting gameplay for the merge. Now, before we dive into episode 5, make sure you hit that subscribe button below just so you can stay tuned as we continue to recap this season. Now, let's get started. Let's kick this episode off with the Yanu tribe, who is obviously feeling like shit because they've lost damn near everything so far. But Q is using this situation to work his magic and trick Kenzie a little bit to make her think that he's ready to give up. Now, we don't really see the impact that this is going to have at first, but I'm figuring that it's got to be important somewhere down the line, right? With the merge coming up soon, it's looking like the Yanu 3 will hopefully stay pretty tight and intact. But if I had to wager a guess, I would say that if anybody, Kenzie's ass would be thrown under the bus first before anybody else. Also, side note, I am loving the fact that there is no tribe swap this season. As an audience member, I just found them to be a little bit too confusing with too much to keep track of, especially when there's 50-11 advantages thrown in the mix. Now, all they need to do is go back to that 2-tribe format to prevent people from losing out so much, like Yanu did, and Lulu, and Tika. Anyway, back at the Sega camp, we finally start to get some good strategic talk from them for the first time pretty much all season. It still looks like the girls versus guys divide is still going on, but with Charlie and Moriah still playing the middle. Basically, the ladies all want to get Ben out because of his threat as a social player. And they also want to get Tim out because they think he may have an idol, but he totally doesn't. Remember, in the last episode, Jim actually found the advantage and then sorta tried to frame Tim for it. And don't get me wrong, as much as I love the messiness of that move, I also knew it was risky and that it could easily come back to bite her. It's just the type of lie that she would have to take to her survivor grave, because at that point, telling even one person could completely ruin her reputation going forward. And over at the Yellow Tribe, it looks like everyone is busy out searching for Randen's old advantage. And the search is looking pretty bleak until Hunter, of course, is able to sniff the advantage out. Like, duh, that's why his mama named him Hunter. Of course, this advantage is going to be completely useless until his team loses, so for now, he is without a vote. Hunter is probably the most obvious glaring threat in the game right now. He's charismatic and friendly. I mean, his social game is down pat. Plus, his physical performances during the challenges is just so obviously superior to mostly everybody else. I mean, if I were in that game, I would absolutely want Hunter out, especially with the merge coming up. I don't care whose tribe he's on. He has been an absolute superstar in these challenges so far, and I feel like he is going to be a shoo-in to just win all these individual immunities. Just ask Venus. She knows. I mean, Sis pretty much called him a threat to his face.
We have to pick out who the biggest threat is. People might be thinking you.
Okay, but you don't think that?
No, I do, but
So you want to vote me out too?
I don't, because I consider you a Michio.
Come on, man.
Next up is the immunity challenge, and Yanu has a lot to prove here. They've played so poorly so far that at this point, even Jeff is talking shit at them.
Last tribe to finish, otherwise known as...
The losers.
I thought they might say Yanu.
Yeah, don't be dirty.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I thought this moment was cute, okay? I love seeing Jeff revert back to his old ways.
Throws it like a little kid. Last time, Alicia had no luck.
Throw it as hard as you can.
Once again, way short.
What the?
My nephew could throw it further than that. Think about what you're doing and throw this thing.
Come on, Alicia, hard, hard.
Oh. Alicia, pathetic.
The challenge all comes down to target practice, which Hunter is able to beast through, of course. And at this point in the episode, I am just really hoping that the Sega tribe loses. No shade to them at all. I'm just wanting anybody else to be going to tribal cancel and feel the heat. It is a very close call, but Yanu is able to pull out this win by the skin of their teeth. Finally, I love this for Yanu, I really do. They got their fire, they got some treats, but most importantly, we finally get to see another team sweat. But first, we have another secret island journey Only this one is pretty anticlimactic. We see Hunter attempt to name 20 Survivor seasons in order, but he just can't do it. Which I'm not going to give him any shit for, because honestly, I don't think I would be able to do it either. I've seen most seasons of Survivor, but I definitely haven't seen every single season to be able to name them all in order. But I know a lot of you out there have, so if you think that you would be able to complete this challenge, let me know in the comments below. I did really love the idea of this challenge though, and since they're casting so many superfans these days anyways, I'm hoping that we get to see more Survivor themed quizzes on the show in general. The most important part about this whole secret island journey thing is that Q, Hunter, and Tim all decide to form this bro alliance together. The plan is for each of them to all find a buddy so that they can create this mega alliance of 6 people from all different tribes before they all go to the merge. I'm pretty excited for this one, y'all. I can't lie. I love this plan. I love that the idea came from Q, and I love that he's aware that his physical size could be a problem in the game. I also like the idea of solidly working with other tribes before the merge even starts. Now, it could easily get messy since nobody really knows each other enough to fully trust each other yet. Plus, one of the other partners could easily just not be down for this plan at all. There is a lot to go wrong here, I guess, but I do still love the idea of it nonetheless. Back at the Sega camp, things are starting to get heated for the first time pretty much all season. Ben has no vote, Moriah has 2 votes, and Jim has an idol, so this whole thing is a hot mess. It looks like Ben is still the main target for the ladies, but the target on Jim's back is just getting bigger and bigger with every conversation she has. She's trying to talk game with the guys, but she's kind of assertive with it, so it totally backfires because there's like no trust there to even begin with. And to be honest, there really shouldn't be any trust there because they totally shouldn't trust Jim because she did technically deceive the whole tribe. Oops. The key to this vote seems to lie in Charlie, who has been working with both Ben and Jim, but it's important to note that he sees Ben as more of an asset to his game. Ben is just more amiable, he's more agreeable, and again, I do also think this is the right read coming from Charlie because, again, Jim can't really be trusted like that. Now, it's important to note that Moriah actually disagrees with Charlie on this. She would rather see Ben go here, but as we see with the vote, it's Charlie who actually ends up getting his way. Now, the streets are speculating that maybe Tim told Moriah about Q's big alliance plan, and so maybe that's one of the reasons why she decided to flip, but we haven't seen the aftermath or fallout from that conversation yet, so for now, that's all speculation. The players all head off to Tribal, where despite having an idol in her pocket, Jim is ultimately the one who is voted out. You know, this vote actually caught me off guard just a little bit. I just wasn't really expecting Charlie and Moriah to flip like that, even though I do still think it was the better move. The next episode is going to be the merge, which is obviously going to be very exciting to watch. Like, I feel like it's going to feel like a whole new game once everybody's out there on the same island together. My blanket guess is that Soda, Venus, and Moriah are going to be in the most trouble heading into the merge, but we'll just have to see. Of course, I want to know, what did you all think of this episode? And who are your favorite players left standing in the game? Let me know in the comments below. Charlie is really starting to stand out more to me now. And so is Ben, which is a surprise because I could have sworn that he was going to be voted off pre-merge. I'll be out traveling next week, so I'll hopefully be back to recap the next episode with you all. But until next time, peace.